Hi, in this video, I'm going to work on a problem on composition of functions where the f of x is equal to x plus 3 and the h of x is equal to x plus 7 over the quantity 2 minus x. What we want to find is the composition of f circle h of x and the h circle f of x. So let's start our solution. Now first, you need to take note that f circle h of x means f of h of x. In other words, we are going to place the h of x within the f. So this h of x that you see will be placed on the f. Whenever we say we place it on the f, we are substituting that x by the given or by the other function. Okay, if you try to look at it this way, f of h of x coming from f of x, you can see that this h of x here is replacing that x. So when you place the h of x, this x plus 7 over 2 minus x in the f, what you're trying to do is you are replacing that x. So let us do that in this problem. So letter A, we said that we are going to place the h of x, the x plus 7 over 2 minus x, to the x of f of x. Okay, so I hope you're following. So f of h of x will be, focus on this, you replace that x by x plus 7 over 2 minus x. And then there's the plus 3, so you have the plus 3. And from there, you just have to simplify what you have. Now, I'm going to teach you how to easily combine a fraction with a number. Now, take note that the fraction has a denominator of 2 minus x. So with x plus 7 over 2 minus x, this will be the trick. With the 3, you create a 2 minus x over 2 minus x so that you will have fractions with the same denominator. Now, why is this allowed? Why can we place 2 minus x over 2 minus x? Because 2 minus x over 2 minus x is equal to 1. Okay, so that 3 times this is basically 3 times 1. So we're not changing any of the expression. Okay, and that's what you do whenever you have a fraction and a number to combine. Just use that denominator, have that as your numerator over the numerator, because technically you are multiplying 3 by 1. So you're not changing. When you multiply a number by 1, it keeps its value. Okay, the other technique definitely is by the use of LCD. But I'm not going to do that because a lot of students are getting confused when you introduce like an over 1 and then you get the product, you divide and so on, then they're confused with the process. So what you can do to simplify it, this one, your 2 minus x, that will be 2 minus x over 2 minus x, and then you can easily add the fractions now. Remember that in fractions, whenever you have the same denominators, you just have to copy the denominator. That is why we did this. That's the main reason. So having the denominator 2 minus x, you have x plus 7 on the first, and you have 3 with the 2 minus x on the second. Then all you have to do, simplify the numerator, remove the parentheses. If you need to distribute, you distribute. That is a 6 for the 3 times 2, and 3 times x with a minus sign is minus 3x. Then you have 2 minus x in the denominator. So let's continue to work. X with an x, number with a number. X minus 3x will be negative 2x. 7 plus 6 will be 13. Then divided by 2 minus x. Now, if your teacher decides to simplify this and make x to be positive, this is what your teacher will do. So factor out the negative sign. You have positive 2x, the positive 13 or the plus 13 becomes minus 13. Down below, you have negative, then this becomes negative 2, negative x or minus x becomes positive x. Then you can cancel now the negative and negative. You have 2x minus 13. You can arrange this. Start with x with the minus 2 and you got the simplest form. Now, if your teacher will not require you to make the x positive, then this is already your final answer. So these extra steps are only done if we want to have the x to be positive. Okay? So that is for our f of h of x. Let us now find the second one, which is the h circle f of x. So h circle f of x, how do we write that? Let's copy the expression. So in letter B, what we want to find is h circle f of x. In other words, we have h of f of x. This time, you are placing the f within the h. Let us copy our functions again. F of x is equal to x plus 3. And our h of x is equal to, let me just look at it again, x plus 7 over 2 minus x. X plus 7 over 2 minus x. Now focus on this. What is the process? You are placing the f on the h. You are going to place this on the h. So carry this is your f of x. Place that in every x that you see on the h. Okay, because technically you are replacing that x with the f of x. So what will happen? H of f of x. So our f of x is x plus 3. It will now replace this x. You have x plus 3 plus 7 divided by 2 minus, careful with the minus sign, put a parenthesis, change this x by our f, which is x plus 3. Then you simplify. You have x plus 3 plus 7. You have 2, distribute, minus x, distribute, minus 3. Then you simplify it. It will become x plus 10 divided by 2 and negative 3, that's negative 1. Then you have negative x. So from here, there's no need for you to fix any of the negative sign because your numerator is already an x. So don't worry about this denominator if you have a negative x, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, you can have your final answer in this form. Okay, so let us summarize what we did in order for us to find the composition of the functions. So composition, if you have to simplify the process, it's all about substitution. Okay, whenever we look for f of h of x, you are substituting the h of x to the x of f. That is what we have seen in the solution. The h of x was substituted to the value of x. If we want to find the h of f of x, this time you have to place the f of x, this one, to every x of the h. So this inside the parenthesis will go within the other function h. Okay, and then just be careful when you simplify. I have taught you how to work with a fraction with an x plus a number. The trick can be found here in this step. Have that expression exactly same. Okay, then that will be your denominator. Get this 2. Those will be your numerator. Combine them, simplify, and you will be able to get the final answer for the f of h of x and the h of f of x. Okay, so I hope that you understand my explanation. If there are some confusions along the way, the best way is to watch that part again and study that step. Okay, that's it.